The hormone responsible for the transformation from a little baby girl to a matured teenager is estrogen. Now, fusion of a male reproductive cell with a female reproductive cell causes the generation of a new life. Now, the male reproductive cell is known as the sperm, and the female reproductive cell is known as the ovum. Plural of ovum is ova. Now, the mother's ovary produces the ovum. So, the mother's ovary or the ovary is the primary reproductive organ in a female. Now, the same hormones that are present in the male body, and it facilitates the generation of testosterone and sperms, is also responsible for the generation of the female sex hormone, estrogen, and the female reproductive cell, ova. See, luteinizing hormone, which is secreted from the anterior lobe of the pituitary, stimulates the ovary to secrete estrogen, which is the female sex hormone, and follicle stimulating hormone, which is also secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary, stimulates the ovary to release ovum. A female body has 2 ovaries. Now, every month, either of the 2 ovaries produces an ovum. Now, if this ovum gets fertilized by a male reproductive cell or a sperm, then a new life is born. Now, in rare cases, it might also happen that both the ovaries form ovum simultaneously, and both the ovum get fertilized by 2 different sperms. Well, that will lead to formation of 2 babies, and this is very commonly known as twins. But commonly, this is seen. Every month, either of the ovaries release 1 ovum. See, this ovary has released 1 ovum. Now, ovary is a free organ. So the ovum released from the ovary, how is it taken up, and how does it travel to the rest of the female reproductive organs? Well, that is facilitated by the presence of these finger-like structures known as the fimbriae. The fimbriae collects the ova from the ovary. Now, after the ovum has been taken up by these finger-like fimbriae, the ovum travels through this duct known as the oviduct, where ovi comes from the word ovum, and duct is the pipe-like structures that carry the ovum. And finally, after the oviduct, the ovum opens into an enlarged organ which is known as the uterus. Uterus is also commonly known as a womb, and it is here that a fetus is developed. Since a fetus develops in the uterus, it is enlarged. Now see, the innermost lining of the uterus is known as the endometrium. Now, after being enlarged, there is reduced diameter, and the neck of the womb, known as the cervix, is exposed outside to be known as the vagina. So, what are the different functions of vagina? Well, firstly, it receives the penis during sexual intercourse. It serves as a passage for menstrual flow as well as sperms. It forms the lower end of the birth canal. See, it forms the lower end of the birth canal. And finally, it secretes an acidic secretion that stops bacterial growth in this place. Now, the female external genitalia collectively is known as the vulva.